Hi there guys, and welcome back to a brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's 1-1 draw away at Birmingham City. That's right, Reading came away with a point from St Andrews in a game where a lot of the media, the bookies, pundits and, let's be honest, both fan bases wrote Reading off. I think a lot of people were expecting Birmingham to come here and absolutely smash Reading, and for the first 60 minutes that was the complete opposite of what happened. I thought Reading were absolutely outstanding for the first 60 minutes of the game. After that, you saw a bit of fatigue set in, the muscles got a bit heavy, and Birmingham started to turn the style on. Now, they came away with a point in this game, but arguably Reading could have came away with all three. Now, there was a referee decision which is going to divide opinions. I think both fan bases are going to say that it should have gone their way. For me personally, and again there might be a bit of bias in this, obviously being on the Reading side of things, but Lewis Wing's hands are by his side. I don't think it's a penalty personally, but look, I'm sure Birmingham fans are going to say that it is a penalty. I mean, I've seen other fan bases say that it's not a penalty as well. So, I mean, I guess I can sit up here in my ivory tower and say that, it's not a penalty. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what any fan bases think. It's about what the referee thought, and he decided to give the penalty. Now, Reading starting 11 for this fixture saw Joel Pereira starting off in goal. We saw Jarrell Dorset return to the side as he played at left back. Amadou Mbenge and the returning man from the Olympics, Tyler Bindon, were the two centre-backs, while Michael Craig played at right back. We ended up seeing a midfield two of Lewis Wing and Ben Elliott. Harvey Knibbs was just in front of them in the attacking midfield position, while we saw Kelvin Ehibhatiomhan and Mamadi Kamara play out on the wings. Finally, Sam Smith was the sole striker. Now, the takeaway really from that team sheet is that there was no Femi Aziz. That's right, supposedly there's a rumour going around that Femi Aziz handed a transfer request in last night. Now, I'm not going to give my opinion just yet, as we don't know if he has handed a transfer request in. I'm sure we'll get the thoughts from Ruben Celis on the reasoning as to why Aziz wasn't in the squad after the game. There's also rumours that he might have a little bit of a niggling injury. I'm hoping that's the case, as Femi Aziz is somebody that is a real big outlet for Reading, and I think he could have an absolutely massive season. But listen, if he's done this just a couple of days or a couple of hours away before the matchday squad would be announced, I think it's a little bit of a disgrace on his part, especially with the season coming up and it being a real important game, especially playing Birmingham away. Now, for the first half, I thought Reading were absolutely outstanding and, in my opinion, were a little bit unlucky to only be 1-0 up going into the break. Reading's high press really did catch Birmingham out, and Birmingham really couldn't get a hold of the game at all. Reading didn't allow Birmingham to set themselves up, and they didn't allow themselves to start playing the way that they wanted to play. The high press caused Birmingham to try and play these absolute Hollywood balls, and I thought Dean Sanderson was absolutely shocking in that first half. Every single pass that he tried to make, whether it was a crossfield ball, well, most of the time it was a crossfield ball, he just couldn't make them. It was these Hollywood passes that he tried to switch it across the pitch, and he just couldn't do it. Now, Reading's press was outstanding, with the likes of Ben Elliott, Harvey Knibbs, Mamadi Kamara, Kelvin Ehibhatiomhan and Sam Smith all being integral in this. I thought Michael Craig also had a really, really good game. Michael Craig is someone that I was a little bit worried about when the team sheet said that he was going to be starting. I thought him up against Siriki Dembele was going to be trouble. Siriki Dembele in one-on-one situations should have Michael Craig on toast absolutely every single time. His pace should absolutely fly past Michael Craig, but that didn't happen, and Craig had a really, really good game. Now, Reading did eventually take the lead, but they had other chances before that. Harvey Knibbs on a couple of occasions, to me, looked really good when it came to the pressing side of things, but when it came into the attacking final third, looked a little bit rusty. I thought he should have done a little bit better with some of the opportunities that he was given. Reading also had another chance where Kamara played a beautiful ball into the box, but Sam Smith wasn't able to get on the end of it. Sanderson, with some good defending that time, was able to stop him. It went out for a corner eventually with Bielik. Reading did have the ball in the back of the net, though, in the first half. There was a foul adjudged to have been on Bailey Peacock Farrell. Listen, Tyler Bindon probably did foul the goalkeeper. Knibbs put the ball in the back of the net, but unfortunately the referee's whistle had already blown. But Reading did eventually get the first goal of the game, and it was Kelvin Ehibhatiomhan who was able to get that goal. The high press once again from Reading working. They swarmed the Birmingham, I don't know if it was the wing back or if it was the midfielder, but Reading swarmed them, was able to get the ball back, and Lewis Wing played an absolutely beauty of a ball through to Ehibhatiomhan. Ehibhatiomhan ran through and was able to put the ball past Peacock Farrell. Birmingham did have a chance before that, though. Willem Williamson, he had a shot that was saved by Joel Pereira. It was a bit of a tame shot, if we're being completely honest, but that was it for the first half. There was no other opportunities for Birmingham, and I was really surprised, as I was expecting Birmingham to come into this game, and with the atmosphere and everything that's gone on, fantastic, a sellout crowd. I thought they were going to be a lot better than what they were. I thought the crowd also on this game, and this is no disrespect to Birmingham fans, but I thought it was pretty poor. On Sky, most of the time, all you could hear was the Reading fans, and the Birmingham fans, for the majority of the time, were on their hands and knees, and they were quiet for the majority of the game. Now, the second half saw Reading once again put the ball in the back of the net, but this time Kelvin Ehibhatiomhan was offside. Once again, it was the high press from Reading that worked extremely well. Sam Smith played the ball through to Ehibhatiomhan. He once again put the ball past Peacock Farrell, but unfortunately it was offside. He was offside as well for this one, so I'm not going to sit here and say, we've been screwed over by the officials on this occasion, because no, Ehibhatiomhan was offside. After that, though, Reading started to have a bit of fatigue, and you could see that it was really settling in. But for me, I didn't really think Birmingham created too many opportunities that really troubled Joel Pereira. There was an occasion where Ehibhatiomhan had a shot that was saved, but that was after Birmingham had already scored. But before that, I really think they lacked in creating any opportunities to really threaten Reading's goal. I think there was a lot of the time where the ball was in their possession, and they had the ball in the final third, but nothing was being created, and there was nothing there that really had me massively worried to say that Birmingham were going to score. But eventually they did score, and it was a goal from Alfie May from the penalty spot. Now, the penalty itself, I think, is a little bit controversial. I think both fan bases will say that it's going to go to their side, but I really do think that it wasn't a penalty. Lewis Wing's hands are by his side and the ball hits him, and look, unfortunately for us, the referee has given the decision. Personally, don't think it was a penalty, but I can understand why it was given. But for me, I wouldn't have given that decision. I mean, obviously there's bias involved because I'm a Reading fan, but at the end of the day, I think it was a little bit of a cheap penalty. Alfie May scored, though, and proceeded to celebrate like he'd won the World Cup. No, I'm not going to sit here and slate him, but it was a little bit confusing as to why, when you're in a super team, or at least a League One super team, you're going to celebrate the way he did, shushing the Reading fans and going absolutely crazy, especially when this Birmingham side were expected to win this game, and yeah, didn't in the end. Birmingham again did have another chance after that. Ehibhatiomhan was the one that was able to have the opportunity. It was a good save by Joel Pereira. Birmingham really did start to change the game with their substitutions. I thought Keshi Anderson was really good in that second half. When Lukas Jukovic came on as well, I was worried, as I thought, right, that's it, they're going to end up scoring. Luke Harris as well ended up changing the game for them a little bit. We started to see Birmingham play the ball on the floor a little bit more instead of knocking this long ball from Dean Sanderson, which wasn't working at all in the first half. But yeah, unfortunately for us, it was a 1-1 draw. I mean, if you told me before the game if it would have been a draw, I would have absolutely snatched your hand and taken the point. But after leading for so long and looking so good in the first 60 minutes, I come away from this game a little bit disappointed because I would have loved for Reading to win this game. Now, look, unfortunately, legs got a little bit tired. Would this happen against other opposition? I don't think so. I think against other teams, Reading might have come away with the win today, but with a team like Birmingham, especially on the occasion where Reading really were the party crashers, it was set to be this big party for Birmingham. Reading came away and, in my opinion, really did steal the plaudits and looked really, really good. Now, that's going to be it for this video today, guys. For me, if I had to say a man of the match, I'm probably going to give it to Ben Elliott, or I'm going to give it to Amadou Mbenge. I thought both players were absolutely outstanding for the minutes that they had on the pitch. But that's going to be it for this one today. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.